Hi everyone. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Xcode and just give you an introduction to the interface builder as sort of a starting off point here. So let's go ahead and get into it here. So first things first, we'll need to open up Xcode, so you can find that in your applications there. And again, so if it's not on your desktop, just go to Finder and Applications, and you should see it down by the X's there, and open up Xcode. And we'll always start off by getting this main menu screen. So you'll get just some options in the middle, some recent files over here. What we'll do right now is let's just create a new Xcode project. Okay, so from this view, let's make sure since we're programming iOS, we want to be in iOS with looking at application and choose single view. These other ones are some templates or just some, we'll get into those a little later, but for right now, we're going to focus on our single view application. Go ahead and click on next. Let's go ahead and call this one Hello World. You can set your organizational name to Lakes. An organization identifier, you can follow this format, com dot, and just put your last name. And then we're going to have Swift as the language, device is universal. We're going to click next. And then we're going to go ahead and save this. I'm just going to put mine on the desktop, for class purposes if we're saving this to our Z drive, but so we just want to save this where you are able to, and we can move that later. So right away you see we get in, we're into Xcode now. Let's take a look at what we've got. So it opens up. This stuff in the middle, we've got some different options here. So the left side of the screen just lists the different files for this app. So you've got your app delegate, you've got a view controller, and a main storyboard. And we'll talk about how these all relate to each other here. This is basically just where all your files that we're going to work for this app are going to be located. In the middle of the screen, here's our storyboard. So a view controller, that's essentially what the user is going to see. So that's the single view that we created. And then over on the right, you've got your inspectors that has different options based on what icon we've chosen. So this one we've got right now is the attributes inspector. It just gives us the ability to make changes to an element of this app. So right now, if we were to run this app, so you can run it and take a look at what this app looks like in a simulator, you can press the plus button or hit Command R on the keyboard. And what happens is you're going to get a little simulator of the app, or excuse me, of the iPhone. And we'll give it a second here and then we'll talk about it here. It's going to pop up momentarily. There you go. So here's your Hello World app, and then it's a blank white screen there, which looks pretty dull at this point. All right, so from here, what we can do is we can start adding elements to our app using the property inspector and the attribute inspector. All right, over on the bottom right corner, we've got what we call our our object library. So we've got all these different things we can add to our view controller. So let's go ahead and let's filter this, and we're going to look for a label. So you can type in label down below here. We're going to go ahead and drag and drop a label up to our view. And as you move that around, you're going to notice there's different blue guidelines popping up. You can use those to align it there. So go ahead and drop that label, double click on it, we're going to type in Hello World. Alright, so that's kind of the first start here. So why don't we go ahead, I'm going to stop the recording now, and I want you guys to go ahead and try that out there. So create an app, you can call it Hello World, and let's go ahead and make a label and create Hello World inside that label.